I guess not to put too fine a point on it, it's been a pretty rubbish start to this winter in terms of how things have played out for you, and you're back in a hotel room now. How are you bearing up?
I'm obviously all right now. It was a tough trip in Sri Lanka, but I actually didn't mind it too much. I was almost once I was positive, I was just like, oh, well, just get it over and done with, really. Um, so there was no major issues or anything like that. Just a few symptoms, but it's just the way it is now. I think I'm the first. I'll be the first of a few guys on future tours and stuff, maybe. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It's been tough, but I'm a big believer in like after hardship comes ease. So hopefully there's some ease after this.
You've obviously had plenty of time within the four walls, and now you're back there again. How have you been occupying yourself? Have you had to be a bit creative?
Yeah, I've just been playing Call of Duty, killing time, speaking to people back home. I actually don't know how I got through those 14 days. It was tough, but yeah, I just somehow got through them, and I didn't think too much about it. I just used the time as wisely as I could, and just did a bit of reading and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And where do you feel you are at now, sort of physically and in terms of readiness to go out and play Test cricket? It's obviously a big ask, and it's
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I've been training normal now for a while. So when I got out after about 4 or 5 days, we just had to be careful because of I think a heart rate and stuff like that is a bit of an issue after COVID for people that do a bit of running or training and stuff. So from my point of view, it's just I'm good now. It's obviously I haven't got no match practice or anything like that. But it's just when we get out of here, just train as hard as I can. Get mental is really important, and just try and be ready.
And obviously, I don't know if it's anything that you have made use of or would be happy to talk about regardless. But the ECB obviously brought the doctor out there, the psychologist to help guys if they were struggling because of the situation you had. I wondered if that was a resource you'd felt like making use of.
No, not really. We had a couple of chats, but nothing major. I think he probably needed a psychologist more than I did, but no. Um, I, no, I was good. I didn't really. I just tried to be as positive as I could, and I didn't really feel. I mean, it was great. I had loads of the boys ringing me every day, and a lot of the management were phoning me, just catching up and seeing how I was. That was quite nice. So yeah, I felt good.
Come on, thanks, Mo.
Of course.
Okay, we'll go to John. Go ahead, John.
Hi, Mo. Just sort of take us through the sequence of events. Did you feel okay on the flight over to Sri Lanka?
Yeah, I felt fine. I was fine all the way through. Left home fine. Got to the airport, plane, sat next to Danny, fine. I was good. And then when I landed, I didn't sleep much on the plane, and I felt a bit jet lagged. And then in the evening, I started to get this like headache, splitting headaches, and that's when I thought maybe I've either got it or I'm just jet lagged and stuff. And the test was obviously positive.
What were your thoughts when the positive test came through?
I was not surprised, to be honest with you. I had a feeling when I landed, really, I didn't feel great, and throughout that evening I was just like I said, I had splitting headaches, wouldn't leave, and yeah, I was just like whatever. Like I thought I had it, and I just tried to crack on. Part of me was just thinking, right, let's get this over and done with, as long as it's not too bad, and then I'll be right for.
You say you had symptoms. I mean, the headaches was one. Can you just talk us through the symptoms you had?
Yeah, I had loss of taste for a day or so, splitting headaches for like 3 days. Body was very sore, and the fatigue was. I've never experienced that sort of tiredness before in my life. So yeah, they were the main. It was only literally 3 days where it was pretty rough, and then the rest of it was fine. It was just here and there.
And how worried were you that it might have got even more serious? I mean, not people die from COVID, don't they?
Oh yeah. I mean, there was part of me. So when I initially got it, I thought, right, my next 5-6 days will be crucial. I thought what I didn't want was the cough and the fever and stuff like that. So thankfully I didn't have that. But yeah, there's a part of you were worried, and you're anticipating that this could be pretty bad or it could be rough. But thankfully, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't great. But yeah, and especially like you get isolated on your own and things like that. You go to a separate hotel and stuff. That's quite tough.
Yeah, you said earlier you didn't know quite how you managed to get through those 14 days.
Yeah, it was just 14 days felt like they were dragging, and the last 4 days were in particular very tough because I've had fine and you're just stuck in a room and stuff like that. But yeah, I wouldn't wish it on anyone, to be honest with you, to be stuck, and especially when you land on a tour and you're positive at first 2 weeks and you're out, and towards the end you're seeing the wicket spinning and all that kind of stuff.
And sorry, did you feel bad for Chris Wokes as well? Kind of,
yeah, I did, of course, yeah.